I am a person living off-grid, with her family, in Vermont AMA. We are a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids, living off-grid on a self-built homestead in Vermont. I am making jam and canning today. I thought I could answer questions for anyone interested, while things simmer on the wood stove. Off-grid equals not connected to or served by publicly or privately managed utilities, such as electricity, gas, or water. Disclaimer, we do have internet before anyone points to the obvious. What's your typical day-to-day life? Like, do you spend a large amount of time getting the basic utilities for the day? Our typical day involves a lot of moving water. We start the day moving wood in for the day, getting water for showers and dishes and consumption on the stove in the morning so we have hot water throughout the day. Feeding the fire is a big task, as wood is our only heat source. It gets cold in the winter in Vermont. In January/February, we have to wake up every hour and a half to feed it. There's a lot of baking and cooking. Things are a bit different on a wood stove. On a weekly basis, we spend time weeding the gardens, weeding the orchard, splitting wood, getting wood from our woodlot. There's always a project that disrupts the flow of daily life. You have to feed your stove that often? I only have wood heat too. I'd die, lol. In the worst of winter it's usually about every 6 hours. North Ontario, Canada, I couldn't manage without running water either. I have a well and use a generator to pump what I need. You are a brave girl. I will think of you in February. Our wood stove is not very efficient. It's a cook stove first, but it heats the home. We built an addition on our tiny house last year, and now have a second real wood stove. We are hoping that it will burn wood slower. I don't have a job, and we have weird sleeping patterns, so it hasn't really been an issue. We plan on having our sleeping quarters in the living room in the future to be able to feed the stove, to be closer to it. Ask us again in 10 years, maybe we'll cave and have a generator to pump water. Do you go to the store to get food/supplies ever? If so, how often? For what? And what changes in the retail industry could be made to make more people less reliant on them? I go to the store all the time. Even though the goal is to one day have at least 90% of our food supply covered by our gardens/animals, we are at least 5 years away from that goal. We still buy clothes too at thrift shops, and we buy feed for our chickens. We rely heavily on Amazon for weird stuff we would never be able to find, special tools to build. It has saved us a ton of trips to stores. I don't know about changes in the retail industry. I think society needs to work on overconsumption though. Does Amazon do same-day or 2-day delivery to you? Are you far away from a town? I live in a cabin in the wood roughly the same distance. Since I don't have a regular street mailbox, I get a post office box for free, and Amazon will do 2-day shipping to the post office box where the postal workers keep items too big for the box in the back for 2 weeks, but I have to drive in and pick it up. Kinda crazy to think that everything you want is still only 2 days and a drive away. What do you two do for work, and how do you handle sharing the responsibilities of raising your children? I'm about to have my first child, and I have just got a job as a traveling wind turbine technician. My partner and I are very interested in living off-grid, but a bit apprehensive due to the challenges we may experience being first-time parents. My husband is a sysadmin. I was a librarian, but quit my job after 8 months of living off-grid. I was enjoying being on the land more than my job. As for sharing responsibilities with raising children, well, we have fallen in our gender roles. I do the cooking, tending the gardens, doing laundry, taking care of the children, and he does the building houses, doing the heavy lifting. It happened slowly, and part of me hates the fact that I am happy in this situation. I was raised by a stay-at-home mom, and vowed to never be just a mom. I have kept a few side jobs for my sanity and to bring a bit of money in. I am a freelance reporter for a local newspaper, do communication for the school in town, am a recording secretary for school boards. Off-grid just means not connected to public electricity/water supply networks, right? Why does everyone think it means homeschooling / not vaccinating / not buying things online? I blame movies and books. I just finished Educated. I think that's what people picture when they think off-grid. That's definitely it. Another recent movie I think influenced people's view of living off-grid is Leave No Trace. Actually a really good movie, but definitely contributes to that perception some people have and why some think the kids will eventually suffer, which really isn't the case in your situation. Merci pour avoir fait AMA. Très intéressant.